Welcome, Jenny.
Hi,
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and any hobbies that you have.
I'm 65. I'm married. I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and I have 5 grandchildren, 4 boys and a girl. And I like to spend my time walking along the beach. I'm retired, and my husband's retired, so our time is our own. I like to read, knit, gardening, things like that.
Oh, very busy.
Try to.
When were you diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and how did you find out?
2007, I was in hospital for a minor procedure, a day procedure, and they obviously took my bloods, and it was the second time I'd been in for a similar thing, and they suggested that I go and get tested, my GP, which is what I did. And I did the fasting test and then another test, and they said, right, you're type 2 diabetic, which I wasn't overly surprised because it's in the family. So, yeah, and that was how it all started, really.
So can you tell us anything about your family members with diabetes?
Yes, I have type 2. My mother had type 2. My eldest son has type 2, and my middle son has type 1 diabetes, which he was diagnosed at 12. So it's in the family. My daughter had gestational diabetes with all 3 of her children.
Wow, all 3 of the children.
Yeah, her children don't have diabetes, but she had gestational diabetes during pregnancy, so, which wasn't fun.
No, I can't imagine it was for her.
No. Before I was diagnosed, I was already dealing with my son with type 1. So when I was diagnosed, so just carried on. Really, it was to get on with it. And I didn't do the right things, which I should have been doing at the time, but hopefully now I've changed my ways.
And so you kind of already spoke about this a little bit about, you know, managing your diabetes because you had your son's diabetes as well. What was your initial reaction to when you were diagnosed?
Oh well, cut out all the sugar. I wasn't as aware about the carbohydrates because my son carb counted, but I wasn't as aware because he didn't. It was just finger pricks, and that's what he did. So we weren't so aware of how the carbohydrates affected you so much. And so with me, I just cut down a little bit on the carbs, but not an awful lot, and cut out all the sugary drinks and just got on with life and dealing with my son. And my mother was ill at the time, dealing with my mother. So it didn't really impact on my life an awful lot at the beginning.
So when do you think diabetes started to impact your life?
Really, I didn't pay much attention to it for a long time, which I should have been doing. I had finger pricking, and I do it once, twice a day, sometimes twice a week. I didn't really take it as seriously as I should have done. Then my long-term blood results were going up, and my diabetic nurse suggested that I go and see a diabetic specialist, which is what I did, but that was only last October. And she suggested I had to do the blood test, finger pricking, for a fortnight, up to 8 times a day, so that she could get readings across the whole day. And she put me on the insulin, and then I thought that it's about time I pulled myself together and started really taking this a little bit more seriously than what I had done. So that was really the turning point last October.
So how did you hear about Abbott's FreeStyle Libre 2 system?
My son, who is type 1 diabetic, had used them in the past. When I started using the insulin, I was finger pricking up to 8 times a day, and my fingers were getting quite numb, quite sore, and difficult to get the blood out at times. So my son said, why don't you try the FreeStyle Libre 2 sensor, which he'd used. Yeah, so I asked my GP and they said no, because I only inject once a day. If I injected twice a day, I could have it on the NHS, but as I only inject once a day, I can. So I fund them myself. Initially, it was sporadic, have one for a fortnight, might not have any for a couple of weeks, then I'd have another one for a fortnight. But since June, I have used the FreeStyle Libre 2 sensor continuously, and it's helping greatly.
And so just on that, what have you learnt from using the sensor that you didn't know before?
Because it's continuous, you can tell exactly what is affecting your glucose levels. The potatoes, pastry, pastas, bread. I don't eat any white products now. I use all wholemeal grain, because it's slower releasing, so it doesn't affect my glucose levels so easy. And I wouldn't have known that unless I was finger pricking every hour before. So it's continuous, it's great, and I've lost weight since I've been on it, which obviously is good for the type 2 diabetes as well.
Wow. So really beneficial then for you?
Very beneficial, very beneficial.
Were there any other lifestyle changes that you made from seeing the data?
Yeah, so I exercise more. I didn't exercise very much at all. I like to walk, and I'm very lucky I live near the beach, so I walk a lot on the beach. I go on holiday, like I said previously, and I swim on holiday, and I love swimming. So it has taught me that I need to exercise, and then I actually eat a little bit more, slightly larger portions, because I'm actually burning off the energy.
And what impact has it had on your glucose levels?
They are much more constant than they used to be, because I can see where I am before I eat. I can adjust my food accordingly so that I don't spike too much after I've eaten. Keep portion sizes down, picking what I eat, more vegetables if it's higher, and things like that. So yes, it's a great changed my levels drastically, and my long-term levels have dropped as well.
So can you tell us about how your HbA1c changed then?
Prior to being on insulin, my numbers were up around 76. Back in January, and when I'd been on the insulin for just a few months, it was 73. I had a test back in July, and it was 53. So to me, I think that's really good.
That is really good, Jenny. Wow.
It's come down an awful lot. I don't think I've had it that low since before I was diabetic, obviously.
And that must be amazing for you to see that.
Yes. And that's something I like with the sensor as well, because I can see it's got the predictions of where you are going as well. So you can see with the predictions of your long term, you can see your average over 14 days, 30 days, 60, 90 days. It's all across the bottom on the sensor app.
So do you share your glucose readings with your healthcare team?
Currently, when I see her, I tell her, she obviously knows I've got the Libre, and we talk about the readings I've had, but not on a regular basis, no. But when my son was using the Libre, he connected with the hospital where he was registered, having treatment, and they regularly sent the readings in. As yet, my diabeticness hasn't suggested that for me.
What would you say to others living with type 2 diabetes about the value of this technology?
It's wonderful. It's changed the way I eat. It's changed the way I exercise. It's constant glucose level readings, so I know what my body's doing. I know what my body needs food-wise and exercise-wise. I've lost nearly 2 stone in weight. My glucose levels are much more even now. They don't spike so much. And it's just wonderful technology. I think everybody with type 2 diabetes should speak to their GP or their diabetic nurse and ask if they are eligible for a sensor. Different areas have different rules to what my area does. It's so helpful, and I think if everybody had them, then I think we wouldn't have so many other complications with the diabetes.
Thank you so much for your time today, Jenny. It's been very interesting hearing your story about living with type 2 diabetes.
You're very welcome.